Hey there, YouTubians. CJ Holmes here. I wanted to show you my latest workbench project. It's the 1961 Revell Chrysler Corporation Slant Six engine model kit. This was produced by the Revell Model Kit Company in 1961. It was only in production for a few years, I believe until 1964, at which time they had modified the kit to include some clear plastic parts. But this is the 1961 version. When I purchased this, it had already been built up. It was missing some parts, the dipstick tube and the vent, the oil filler and the crankcase vent were missing along with the hoses. So I modified some stuff, fabricated some hoses for them. It's a very beautiful kit. As I said, it was only in production for a couple of years. Nowhere near as popular at the time as the Revell visible V8 engine, which I show for comparison purposes. But it's a magnificent model. It's my understanding that Revell approached the Chrysler Corporation wanting to make a V8 model engine. And for whatever reason, they said, no, you can't make the V8, but we've just put out the Slant Six engine, so you can go ahead and model that, which they did. They purchased an engine from Chrysler and used a pantograph machine to copy the parts piece by piece. This really is a more detailed model kit than the Revell issue. I'll show you some of the details right now, but this is what the kit basically looks like. I say basically because I have replaced the gear reduction motor and the gear cluster that came with the kit. This is the original gear cluster, and this is the original Permag motor that came with the kit. I replaced them because they were weak. They ran on 3 volts. This little motor anyway was just too weak, and the gear reduction cluster is extremely loud, really annoyingly loud. So I eliminated that. I eliminated this part of the transmission and drivetrain, and I modified the housing, the transmission that held the gear cluster, and replaced all that with my own gear reduction motor. The original ran on 2 C-cell batteries, and this was the on-off control here. I've disabled that, and instead I use this motor running off of 2 9-volt batteries running in parallel. It runs quietly and efficiently. I'm real happy with that. Like the visible V8 engine, the Slant Six came with an operating distributor, rotor, and firing spark plugs that lit up in sequence. My kit doesn't have the distributor working yet. The rotor itself has a little metal tab that's broken off, and I have to fabricate another one, so I don't have firing spark plugs yet, but I eventually will. So, although it's not a visible engine, you can't see the working parts as is. I'll show you how it runs. All right. It is incredibly detailed. The alternator is magnificent. It looks like the real deal. And let me go ahead and dismantle it. Take the fuel line off, and the crankcase ventilation, that's the California exhaust gas return system, anti-smog stuff. Okay, so the air filter, carburetor intake, and exhaust manifold section comes out to reveal the operating pistons. the valves, rocker arms work. I said it's more detailed than the visible V8 engine. I'll show you some of the details. You can't really see them. You can see the push rods, but there are also lifters, separate lifters that operate between the camshaft and the push rods. On the visible V8 engine, the pistons were 3 parts. The 2 piston halves and the, what do you call it, the piston pin. On the Revell kit, I think there are 9 pieces that comprise the pistons. You actually have separate piston rings on this kit. Really a magnificent model. Take the dipstick off too. So that's it. As I said, I need to work on the distributor to get the thing to fire. But that's it. The Revell Chrysler Corporation Slant Six engine. Fascinating kit. It's rare. You're going to pay $300 to $400 for a box kit, maybe more, and you may pay up to $200 for an assembled, complete kit. I think it's worth it. There's the wiring that's not finished, and it's really a beautiful addition to my model kit collection. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.